everyone! Welcome to another episode of Sonos Silentii, my Wuthering Waves offline episode. Today we're going to just take it a bit easy with the with a quest about the Tiger's Mom Mine, I think it was called. Wait, what was the hey, what's the area called? I forgot. I literally just looked at it too. Give me one moment. Yeah, so the quest is called Hidden Dangers in Peaceful Life. It features the Tiger's Mom Mine, and yeah, that's going to be the main feature today. But first, I wanted to pay my respects to this egg that we got last time. It's the egg of the other avian pest at Discord. But it appeared where the wreckage had previously gathered, but not with a strong, energetic reaction like the wreckage. Julia said that it was like an egg that terminated hatching, left in place by the morning eggs of the departed bee. At this moment, it is surrounded by sprouting buds and flowers, calm and silent. Perhaps this is the final destination of life after it has faded, to become one with all that is still growing. But yeah, if you recall last time, when we, you know, like let the Morning Ikes and the other avian TD, convey their message to each other. This was what was left behind, and I didn't have a chance to interact with it last time. So that's basically what this is. I'm not sure, what that means in terms of the lore of the world, but it seems to be implying that the reverberations left behind by tacit discourse can actually nurture life, like other life. Not like in any kind of rebirth or reincarnation or anything, but it becomes one with everything else around it. And I think it's supposed to represent how, how in this world, in the world of Wuthering Waves, there is what am I trying to say? Like everything has its own wavelength. So even non-tacit discords and resonators and human beings who become resonators, right? They can also interact with those frequencies, and when they harmonize, they could potentially become something greater. All right, but that's that. Though I really genuinely think that was a beautiful quest. If you haven't done the quest in the Pointing Ike's Mire, I would highly recommend doing so. It's a wonderful quest. I thoroughly enjoyed every moment of it. Okay? Alright, and without further ado, let's start with today's program. So, I did say that I want to do the Tiger's Mom Mine stuff, but I also have the Ascension quest for level 40, as well as the event quests. So, maybe we should do those first, actually. I think that might be a good idea. Alright, hello Rover. The system has identified multiple references to you in various folktales, and your adventure continues. As previously instructed, I will set up a test for you in the Jinzhou Wilderness. Once you pass the test, a key to the unknown will reveal itself to you. Wishing you success on your test, and may your travel go smoothly. Alright. So now, we have a brand new Ascension quest to do. And I think I also, when I hit level 40, I also got these, so I might as well take this. There are 41 wave plates now! Oh my goodness. I can do so many things! Once I level up. Once I ascend. This team should be fine, yeah. Yeah, I heard that this Ascension is like, I guess, where the game really begins. Whatever that means, right? I mean, I suppose it means that, you know, that you've unlocked enough stuff that you can really like experience a big growth in power, you know? And that's honestly kind of exciting. This game is a lot of fun, so... Oh crap, I messed up while I was talking. Alright. Usually these Ascension quests are... Usually I found that Ascension quests, at least in Star Rail, when I did Ascension quests they were easy. Genshin was a bit different because Genshin... Ow! I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So, like those Ascension quests were sometimes a bit lengthy. But yeah, like that was super fast. That was super fast. And I even got the data bank to level 19, I think. Perfect. Quick and easy. Even though I wasn't even paying attention, honestly, I just pressed buttons. But I think that's part of the beauty of this game. You can just like press buttons and things will sometimes work out. And other times, you know, it's just upgrades that need to be done that haven't been done yet. Yeah, that I sure did level up my data bank. That's good. I also got like absorbing echoes and that too, and hunting. Heck, I think... Oh yeah, I can also get Verena, or I can... You know, honestly, I heard she's really good with Sephiroth. Okay, well I didn't, so that's okay. We'll just get Verena. I think now would be a good time to just get Verena, yeah? Let's get Verena. I'm at the 10 already. So... Don't tell me she was the first one. Oh my goodness. Don't tell me she was the very first one. What about the other 9? Oh. Well, that answers my question. Alright. Excellent. So now the roster is starting to look pretty complete too. Which is super, super exciting. Oops. I haven't given her anything yet. Why is she at E3? I haven't even given her anything. Sanhua. Oh, she's trying to ascend. Okay, that's fine. All right, but Verena, I've heard very good things about her. So I will be leveling her up, and you will probably see a lot of her at my Twitch stream. If you'd like to tune into my Twitch streams, she requires stuff from the... Wait a minute. From the morning... Oh no. All right. Well, I'll cross that bridge when I get there, okay? And finally, I think... Right, I haven't been doing these because I simply haven't had time. So let's check out some of these quests. Maybe they just unlock and I can just do them one after another. Maybe not. If not, I'll just have to be a little bit more diligent offline. But yeah, things have been pretty busy, so I might as well. And now that I have a moment to do them, I might as well do them. Here's your world of discoveries and wonders. Today's scenario. Let's explain the job. They passed by a valley on their way to Mount Moor. It goes, we ventured through the valley as night fell. In the sole darkness of night, the sea of flowers seemed to fall noir. Passed between petals and leaves, we walked as the clothes uttered gentle friction. Pale and silent as it was, the night permitted our disturbing existence. No, I heard murmurs upon the waves saying, "O travelers, O winds." I could feel the tranquility. What a relaxing scene. Yes, I find inner peace in this. But to think of what comes after this chapter, I slow down my pace. Anyway, we need the reference for the Sea of Flowers to create the valley according to this chapter. It's the flower that Lumine wears on her head. Oh, please no, not that again. if you happen to come across some samples, please feel free to drop by. Well, in tradition of exploring the whole quest, does this, I think, yeah, speaking of the Sea of Flowers, I do visit Bogu's Arbor around the business area when off shift. If you want to inquire about something related to plants, you can ask Grandma Lynn, the owner there, for some information. So yeah, let's see what Grandma Lynn has to say. Oh, come on. There you go, hold on. I should probably just honestly, is it here? Yeah, there we go. I should probably just use the mouse. I've been conditioned, everyone. I've been conditioned to not use the mouse in this game by Genshin, which is not good. I should just use the mouse because it's easier. Welcome to Bogu's Arbor. About the Sea of Flowers. Rongqing has told me some stuff about this book. I can't say I have much experience with stuff like this. I'm just too old for a packed page. I can read the pages to you if you like. You're so sweet. Just tell me if you want to buy some penjings, bonsai. I'm giving you discounts. Do you have anything similar to what's described in the novel? Well, you certainly can't expect a potted plant to look nearly as impressive as an actual sea of flowers. But I guess a luxuriant pot of irises may capture the feel. It originates from Winding Axis Meyer, and its flower language is fragile, untold affections. Romantic, isn't it? You sell it here? It has a short flowering season, making it unsuitable for a penjing, so we don't usually sell them here. But Verena happened to drop by a few days ago and gave me a few. I'll give one to you if you need it. Thank you, Grandma Lynn. You're welcome. Just drop by anytime. Is it really a good idea to give these away right now? I kind of need to ascend my character. Just give me a second. Give me a second. This might be a problem, but, we'll see. Here's to a world of discoveries and wonders. I'm turning in a sea of flowers. Oh, I can pick any flower. Interesting. What would look nice in a sea of flowers? Oh. Let's see, this would look nice too, I think. Like, ooh, this flower glows. You know, instead of irises, I think this will look beautiful. If they just like the glowing light aspect. I don't know about the shape. The shape looks kind of weird. They look kind of like chili peppers. So I don't know if I want my sea of flowers looking like chili peppers, but I do know that if I were to have a glowing sea of flowers, that would look beautiful. Maybe I'll inspire them to make it glow. It's beautiful, thank you for the work. I'll hand it over to the dev team. It'd be easier for them to imagine a sea of flowers in this. Thank you, that wraps up today's work. See you tomorrow, Shizuru. Alright. Oh, it looks like I can actually do all of them. Hold on. Hehehe. Well, let's just do all of them. Today's scenario is about our protagonist paid a visit to a mystic island. It goes, the autumn seemed to be permanent here. Leaves and foliage were bathed in burning gold. As the sea breeze gently met the shore, a golden shower fell upon our shoulders. For once, I caught a whiff of fragrance in the fallen leaves. It was only many years later that I realized it had been a kind of golden insect hidden in camouflage in those leaves. The insect served as a metaphor by the author for the following plots. What's more, at the end of this chapter, the elders of the island would use this insect to— Wait, no spoilers! I want to see for myself when the game comes online. Sorry, my bad. This is one of my favorite bits, so I got a bit carried away. Anyway, the dev team wants a reference for such an important element in future plots. If you happen to come across some samples, feel free to drop by. Alright, let's see. Why don't you give me some leads? An entomologist, I have no idea. Maybe you should go to the pond. Some kids are frequently seen catching flies there. Sure. Let's ask the kids let's ask the kids about insects. I was never an outdoorsy kind of girl, so personally I never went insect catching, but I know like it's a big thing in anime, like catching insects, beetle fighting. If you ever, if you remember Ito's thing from Genshin about the fly in the novel. Big sister loves these bugs too. No, Ming Ming. Big sister needs you to answer a question. Daddy has told us stories about it. The legend of a hero. Do you still remember? Oh, I know. A hero and the big bad guy, the Hatless, right? I don't think so. The Hatless, the big villain. So, big sister, you're looking for the insect in the book, right? A golden fly that smells sweet. Sounds like the yellow butterfly we caught today. A giant yellow butterfly. To show big sister what we got. Take a look, big sister. We had it in the shrubs. It feeds on honey and smells sweet, just like the kind of candy Daddy would treat us to. It's so beautiful. I kid you not. Of course, but promise me you'll come over to play hide and seek with us. Sure thing. I'm quite the expert at hide and seek. Please accept the butterfly, and don't forget your promise. Until then, hide and seek! Hide and seek! Thank you. It's good to be adventurous, I guess, when you're younger. I feel like I missed out on it. I would always be cooped up inside, like, studying. Okay, listen, okay, I know I know that makes me sound like super boring and nerdy, but sure. I'll just be behind the desk with you. Let's turn in the golden insects. Oh, I can turn in, so, Chrysopa. It's for pest control. I never get to read these. Includes flying insects, small fish, and shrimp. It's rapid flying and predating speed. And then we have the butterfly, the phoenix butterfly. They fly in pairs at high altitudes and feed on nectar. They're really hard to capture. I have 15 of them. I have more of those than any other one. This insect does have elegant patterns. Thank you for your efforts. I'll deliver it to the dev team. It will contribute a lot to the building of the island. Thank you. That's it for today's work. See you tomorrow. And that means we have... How many more? How many days has it been? Alright. Today's Machi is trying to contact you, and it appears to be related to the Pioneer Association's ambitious project, Second Coming of Solaris. Alright, here's our job for today. In this chapter, the true identity of the protagonist's nemesis is finally revealed. According to the book, it's a towering figure with rough edges like a statue. An aura of brilliant stars surrounded this crownless king like loyal... Wait, what? It nearly compelled me to bow down. I gathered all my strength from falling on my knees. Oh, I get it. It's the Hatless, but oh my goodness, that's so funny. Second Coming of Solaris has received overwhelming favor for this part. Fans of this book call this mighty figure the Crownless. I see, maybe I have read this book after all. So you know the story. We want something to help the dev team picture the image of the Crownless. If you happen to come across some samples, feel free to drop by. Alright, let's get some clues about the Crownless one. A ferocious opponent, the Crownless. Maybe you should ask someone who frequents the danger zone. So Kenny Loggins, right? Shan Chen over there is an experienced pioneer explorer. If you need help, how about asking her? Oh, I actually see her right here. Okay. Is this her? About the Crownless King in the novel. I've read Second Coming of Solaris. A good piece of work, I admit, but I never finished it. May I ask why? Because it makes me sweat bullets when reading the portrayal of the monsters. Those monsters in the book, they must be the Tacet Discords. Do they really look that scary? I fight them a lot. I ventured into Tacet fields a lot when I was young, wishing to get some first-hand reports about Tacet Discords, but my adventure was cut short by an accident where I was heavily injured by them. After that, I decided to leave the field and work for the support staff. This is just something I brought from the Tacet field back in those days. Let's take a look at this ominous structure. It's a little too weird to be a natural formation. If you're after something related to monsters, just take this. Are you really okay with that? I can feel it's important to you. Don't take it to heart. Life is much better when you don't have to handle those Tacet Discords. But it does remind me of those young pioneer reporters. They can risk everything for a field trip about them. I can't help but worry. Wait, no, let's continue this topic next time. I'm off to talk to Zugi about his dangerous field trip. Oh. Do you know the adventure stories of the Icebreakers? They're legends in the history of the Pioneer Association, my idols. On the polar regions of the volcanoes and deep in great rifts and across the wetlands, their footprints are spread across every corner of the world. That's what adventures should be like. As written on the front page of Title Geography, go see the world and witness history in the making. Go see the masterpieces of humanity, paintings, architecture, and inventions, and find joy in the journey. The seniors always tell me to wait a little bit longer. I guess it's because I don't have the resonance ability that they never took me on expeditions. But there are also members of the Icebreakers who discovered the resonance in times of crisis. Perhaps it's the same for me. You never know if you try. Adventure! Alright, let's deliver. Ah, I see. Just Tessa Discord materials. Okay, sure. Here, have this. How peculiar. I'll hand it over to the dev team right now. Thank you. They're just going to make something that looks like the finality. I believe the team would have a much more vivid picture of the protagonist's first encounter with the Crownless. I mean, I think the joke is that that the developers of the game in the game are KuroGame themselves, so it's like a self-insert. Yeah, thank you. That wraps up today's work. Big Brother. So you know the name? Many take Big Brother as a nickname for the Crownless. Anyway, let's call it a day. See you tomorrow, Shizuru. Oh, I think that's it for now. that was pretty amusing. That was pretty amusing. But yeah, I think oh my goodness. Can we whoa. I see why I mean, like, I see why dual input is bad because of situations like that. But like also I still like it. It's so convenient. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the game, you know, decided to just insert its own developers as like a self-insert, because that's what miHoYo did in Honkai Impact as well, right? With Studio, with what do they call it? Studio Reason, I think. It's a work report. But yeah, I remember I think someone told me that it was Studio Reason, and then how Bronya is like supposed to be like the lead developer, but also the person who took over like the game development and everything. So so technically Bronya is the CEO of miHoYo and miHoYo's self-insert. Alright, but here we go. This is a story for Tiger's Mom Mine. But now, it's almost time, but the candidate is still not settled to send to the mine. Miss Taochi has already got so much on her plate. I shouldn't be troubling her with this. Oh, Shizuru, long time no see. Is something the matter? I heard you complaining from afar. Just a friendly citizen passing by. Oh, did I listen, I was kind of troubled by the work, so maybe I raised my voice unconsciously. By the way, Shizuru, you've been in Jinso for a while. I think you're aware of what happens around here. I have a favor to ask of you on behalf of the Ministry of Development. Here, take a look at this. Xiaoyu takes out a small glass container in which some rock fragments are stored. What are these? These are samples of a mineral called lampilumen, which after smelting can be used as a semiconductor material in various industrial scenarios. And that may be only one aspect of its value. As of now, my coworkers from Ordnance Division and Defense Division in the Ministry are joining efforts in hope of finding more applicational value of this mineral. However, the complicated structure of lampilumen renders the experiment and processing very troublesome, to say the least. This little bottle of samples is a result of multiple fussy processes. Luckily, our researchers have found a new direction after countless tries, that is, liquefaction, which allows us to look at some unknown natures of the mineral. The only problem is that the equipment in our labs cannot provide the condition for appropriate liquefaction. Carrying out the processing there will probably destroy the material structure. But then, it came to our notice that the Tiger's Maw mine, the mineral's origin, might possess the key methods and equipment. So we made an appointment with the mine. That samples will be tried today. However, an emergency meeting dragged our feet. Well, then why don't you reschedule it? No. We don't put off what can be done today. Things will only get trickier if we deal with it tomorrow. Could you send the samples to the mine for me? If possible, of course, the ministry will reward you. No problem, leave it to me. That doesn't sound like too much of an issue. Great, I knew you'd help. Oh no, the meeting's about to begin. I have to hurry. Take this. This is the sample you're delivering. This is the ID. We're counting on you. Goodbye. Get out of here. Run! Run! Alright, well, since this seems to be quite urgent, let's go check out the mine. Good thing I've unlocked the teleporter for it a long time ago. Let's see. Oh, here we are. Let's search for some staff who can help us with this request. Who here can help us process? Let's see. 3 guys standing here. What are they doing? Wow. Interesting camera angle that just showed like a chest that I haven't opened. Dr. Hua, have you found it? Dr. Hua? Nope. And everywhere he would show up, didn't find him, just like you. Uncle Hong has aged, became less predictable. It's hard to find him even on an average day. Let's keep looking. We can't afford to leave the refinery tower offline for too long. Hello? Excuse me? A traveling salesman? No, solicitors! The mine is closed for business today. Please come back another day. Jinso's not far from here. You can take some rest there. You should stop rushing before the guest even says anything. Let them finish. I'm here to deliver samples for processing for the Ministry of Development. Oh, a guest from the Ministry. Let me introduce myself. I'm the doctor of the mine, Hua Yu. The tall guy beside me is Lei Li, head of the miners, and this is Modi, an expert of minerals from the Academy. I heard of the sample appointment between the mine and the Ministry a couple days ago. Now, what should I call you? Oh, you can call me Shizuru. Well, I saw the photo attached in the Ministry's request, and I thought it was a young girl who could easily get nervous. How come? I got the message in the photo from Uncle Hong, the senior officer-in-chief here. Look, this is a photo. You took the photo from Hua Yu. The girl on it looks nothing like you, who are much colder. You showed the ID to explain. So there was an episode at the Ministry, and this person isn't me. Huh, this ID does belong to the Ministry. And then other things are irrelevant. I'll be straight. The mine is facing some problem too regarding the Ministry's request. Of course it is! Modi has more details. Pawns off the explanation. The refinery tower at the center of the mine is offline, but some of our minerals have to be processed with it. So the samples from the Ministry. Now that the mine is working on the solution to reboot the refinery tower, similar events have happened before, but our on-site engineers were always quick to fix them and put us back on track. However, he got injured recently when carrying out maintenance work on other equipment, so he was transferred to Jinso for recovery. And Uncle Hong was due to take up the fixing job. He was responsible for the tower back when he was young, so he's totally 100% competent. While there were offline events, Uncle Hong was always there to troubleshoot and coordinate our forces to fix the problems. However, Uncle Hong didn't show up this time and we couldn't find him anywhere in the mine. With his absence, the mine is having all kinds of difficulties dealing with the mining tower. He's just slacking off, may I comment? I bet it exhausted him to work so hard every single time there was an event. Maybe now he's just hiding somewhere peeking at us saying, "Would you let me rest, you little brats?" I propose we all go back to our places and carry on with our jobs. The mine has to keep functioning even with the tower offline. He'll show up once he gets his rest. Okay, well, do you have any clues? Clues, yes. The miner said they met Uncle Hong around the transport lorries. We're sending more people to look if he's there. Let me be of some help. More people means greater possibility. Thank you. Alright. We have to find Hong, right? The lorries? That is a very British word. It just means truck. So by the trucks, right? Well, I see a glowing thing, so that's promising. A journal with no name specified on the title page. The cover is made of a cut newspaper. A scrunched paper. The mine is getting so cold even though it's summer. Miss you, Mum. How many chests did I miss here? Why don't we take a guess? A pop magazine with 5 screaming young girls on the cover. The caption goes, "Let's get lost together." Alright, I have no idea what these clues are. These don't seem helpful at all. But this is what I found, so let's bring it back. Where could Uncle Hong be? Oh, you're back. You're the only one left? Running around without a name only brings more trouble to the mine. Though the refinery tower is offline, most of our production is still running as usual. To keep the production running, Lily, Modi, and the others have to go back to their places. However, the refinery tower's issue must be addressed. Did you find anything around the lorries? You know, if he's resting, I wonder if, like, these guys have literally just gone to his address, knocked on his door, and are like, "Uncle Hong, are you home?" Paper. Maybe written by the miners. Though the mine is not far from Jinzhou, they are constantly kept from going home due to the work. People who visit me out of sickness often talk about the pancakes their mothers make. A magazine. Seems like a popular book with the miners. It's only things like this that give life to the mine, where there's nothing but buzzing machines. However, I don't think Uncle Hong can be a fan of rock and roll given his poor hearing. Well, what about anything else? A journal. A cover made of newspaper. I think I've seen this somewhere. If I'm not wrong, this is Uncle Hong's journal. He always takes it with him. This helps me make sense of things. As he ages, his memory starts to show deviations. He starts to forget things. It's like a rubber that keeps erasing his past. He asked me of methods to slow down the fading of memories, and I taught him 2 day-to-day tricks as to help with the therapy. One is keywords and the other is journaling. Keywords help him to find a general picture, while journals help him walk correctly every step. So let's read the journal. Could there be clues about him? Could there be clues about the refinery tower? Lost items are important traces of their original owners. Possibly, if Uncle Hong followed my advice, he may be recording important pieces of his days. If that's the case, there might be something in there that can help us fix the refinery tower and find Uncle Hong. Let's read it. I'm worried about him. If he's forgetful, he could be anywhere. Back at Jinzhou today with the transport truck. Everyone I met said I grew old and mean, so I looked in the mirror and found that a few of my leaves are there. Heavy rain today. Everyone got off work today. I don't know when this started, but I grew more and more scared of the dark. Nights are getting long and dull. I felt that the symptoms are getting serious for him. Is this how the world feels to an old man? Maybe. You can sense that your functions are in recession, that you're getting older. Let's keep reading. The issue detection and reboot of the tower. Alright, here we go. Right, the picture and the text are both consistent with the real refinery tower. If we follow the instructions in the journal, maybe we'll be able to fix the issue of the tower, but our manpower is just too limited. Why don't I do it? Really? We don't have many people available for now, so it's only too great if you're willing to help. But you're not familiar with the mine. Okay then, I've arranged for a helping hand with you. You'll meet him by the elevator. In the meantime, I'll try my best to find Uncle Hong. Thank you again for helping us to fix the refinery tower. Oh boy. Here we go. I'm not an engineer, but oh, he just like vanished. Listen, I'm not an engineer, but you know what they say, if it doesn't work, hit it a few times and it should start working, right? Percussive maintenance! Hey, are you Shizuru? My brother told me everything about you. Hey, what a young helping hand. Huh? Don't look down on me. There's simply no one who knows the mine better than me. I'm tall, Before we go, big sister, let's talk about my compensation. Fine, how much you want? Greedy little boy, I'll tell your brother. Please let me finish, I don't want money. Can you tell stories? All the grown-ups in the mine are great storytellers, I like them. And they say there are more stories that are more interesting from afar. I'm collecting stories now, so you can pay me with a story. Well, I don't have one yet. You pay me later. One day I'll leave here and travel to the furthest town. I hope I'll be able to tell a decent story to everyone when I'm back. Dad always teaches me and brother to say things out loud. If you have an interesting story, you must tell it to me. Anyway, let's go. Alright, well, as long as we get the mine fixed, right? As long as we get this refinery tower fixed, right? This is a big elevator. Wait. Oh my god, this is like... Wait, so it's like the whole thing attached to the, That is so cool, but also, What? Okay, the reboot of the refinery tower takes a certain amount of time. Secure sufficient power. Stop, English please. Whatever about the power supply, right? I know who to turn to. Follow me. Oh hey, there's stuff here. I still have no idea what those lampy lumens are for. I feel like I might have picked some up along the way, because I've definitely come across that mineral when I was fighting the that Tassa Discord, the ice one for Lingyang, so... Alright, these lazy new guys. I told them they must hand in the work log before concluding their shifts. They pay no attention. What if accidents happen? A familiar figure, a familiar voice. Oh, Shizuru, what brings you here? And, Hussy? Did Dr. Hua send you as peacemakers? He knew about my fight with Modi? What are you talking about, Uncle Lei? My brother asked me to work with Shizuru to reboot the refinery tower. Oh, the reboot. So you found Uncle Hong? You told Lately about the journal and Uncle Hong's memories. Ah, so that's what it's about. I didn't know Uncle Hong could be so fragile. He was always so sound and capable. I work alongside him a lot. I can't tell that. Now give it to me. What help do you need? The power supply. Yes, rebooting the refinery power requires sufficient power. Uncle Lei, you know best about the power equipment. What's your advice? It's not as hard as you might imagine. We have a double-circuit power system at the bottom of the mine. Either one can sustain the normal function of the mine. However, they cannot run in parallel. Forcing them to run in parallel could result in all the breakers around the mine to trip. The words sound familiar, but I don't remember what they mean. Give me a moment. Oh wait, no, I remember. It's So if you start at the same time, everything turns off, right? Is that what that means? I think that's what that means. What we can do is setting additional power from the outside and shutting down some devices from within so we can focus the power on the tower. Now, I'll shut down the device and you'll find some spare power around the bottom of the mine. Then you'll set them up at the base of the tower. I'll let you know when everything's ready, okay? Can you tell me about that fight you mentioned? Oh, nothing serious. Oh, I always have fights with Modi. I just don't like his attitude. He works with a fantasy on his mind, you know? Bragging about his idea of coexistence with the people in and out of the mine. I think that's a crucial survival skill to coexist with novelty, and that we should give some thought about a life with Tassa Discords. So thought. It makes no sense to keep thinking. I say he's a fantasist living in an ivory tower, not ready for the real struggles, and becomes irritated whenever I say a few more words. Forget it. It's just making me mad again. Let's get back to the tower. Okay. Oh. Well, these look familiar. We just have to put them somewhere, right? Let's see. I'm so glad I didn't drop that. Are you good? Shizuru is the additional power setup. Yes, already it's set. What about your part? One last step before we're ready. The switches to shut down the devices come in pairs. I might need you to shut down the other ones simultaneously. Alright. I guess that makes sense too, so that like, you know, like one person can't shut down the whole mine. Imagine if it was one switch. And I'm a klutz, so like if I get something caught on the switch and I pull, then the whole mine shuts down. Are you there? Okay, let's do this. Keep it simultaneous. I'll count to 3, count to 2, and we'll count 1 together. Ready? I'll start counting. 3, 2, 1. Let's jam. Did it. Some peripheral facilities have been shut down. Alright. Awesome. It's working. The devices are being shut down. The power supply for the refinery tower should be sufficient now. Thank you for your help. If things are fine here, I'll be back to my job. Got a whole lot of things to do. Please carry on with the good work with the refinery tower. Okay. Next, we have to talk to Huasi, who has discovered a new clue. So it's... What, are you reading earlier journal entries? You should read something about the... without the owner agreeing. You shouldn't read something without the owner agreeing? I'm not peeping at others' privacy. Instead, I found an excellent way to find Grandpa Hung. One of the stories I collected is about an uncommunicative detective and his assistant, a doctor, who work together to solve a lot of conundrums. The detective in the story sometimes tries to find clues from the suspect's past, because a person's past often contains hints of all the motives of that person's current behaviors. Sherlock Holmes. That's why I think focusing on today's entry is definitely the right direction, earlier entries are still important resources. Makes a lot of sense. You're reliable, aren't you? Now you know. Most of Grandpa Hong's entries are brief. He describes the happenings and feelings of the day in a few sentences, but I did find some long, detailed entries which I think are the key to his whereabouts, such as this one. Woo! That's a long one. And it's poorly formatted, too. Here we go. The room was filled with clocks. I listened to the hands slowly ticking in the darkness. I opened my eyes, but there was nothing there, only the primitive darkness. I quickly got up and picked up a pen to record everything, the dream. Yes, it was a dream. This time I finally caught it and recorded it clearly. I'm no bard, nor do I have the fascinating legends of a traveler. I'm simply an ordinary storyteller combining the dream with the dream that troubles me with words. It all begins from the long winter season. The old captain at the harbor always had the same opening lines before setting sail, as a way to welcome the newly recruited young sailors. The ocean is always unknown to humanity. Although humans have grasped the helm of progress time and time again with wisdom and bravery, the ocean will never bow to humanity. Countless disasters have befallen those ambitious individuals who venture into the ocean, and this tragedy continues to unfold. The old captain uttered each word with a dull tone, but it didn't matter. The sailors, excited for the upcoming voyage, simply applauded and cheered without paying much attention to the words. The ship slowly left the shore, and the young sailors felt nauseous from the rough voyage, with constant vomiting slowly draining their enthusiasm. A huge creature leaped out of the ocean, causing the young sailors to hide in the cabin while the captain and the old sailors stood calmly on the deck. I'll forgive your timidity this time. as this is your first encounter with it. Please remember its appearance. We call it the Ancient Whale. It's the disaster caused by the ocean, mysterious and immensely powerful. It is the embodiment of the demons of nature. Of course, when dealing with such unknown creatures, humans will not succumb. This is the first lesson of your voyage. Intermittent gunfire broke out on the sea surface, and more sailors joined the one-sided attack. Continuously pulling the trigger made them gradually forget their fear and also the reason why they were attacking the giant creature in front of them, which had not harmed them. Under the smoke, the ship slowly moved forward along the blood-red trail. So... Moby Dick? That's what it sounds like, right? Remember, Moby Dick was the story about the captain hunting a giant whale. What's your take? Doesn't this story feel weird? Leaves you wanting for more. It feels incomplete. True, the real point of the story remains unstated. Plus, there's a decent blank space. No matter what, the story looks half-finished. Only Uncle Hong knows. The beginning of the story says that this is the recording of a dream. Do you think this feeling is a result of the dream itself? Again, only Uncle Hong knows. Right, let's move on to the next step of the instructions then. Alright, now we're going up to the middle floor. What an interesting mechanism. It's like threads of a screw, right? Like, you know, like if you screw it, or if you screw it, what was it, righty tighty, lefty loosey, right? And like you imagine imagine like a bolt or something moving along the threads of the screw. That's how this elevator works. It's pretty cool. All right, we need to fix the refinery tower. Let's find someone to talk to. Dizzy person here. I actually didn't realize that there was a middle level. I thought it was just a top and a bottom. Hydrogen plus oxygen, hydrogen oxide. Which beaker did I put the product in again? Oh, I don't know the reaction over. What are they talking to themselves about? Seems to be sleep standing or having a nightmare. That's amazing. We should leave them be. Let's go quietly. Yeah! Why am I here? Wasn't I running an experiment just now? Couldn't be asleep while standing, could I? So she's awake now. So the adults look equally foolish to me when they wake up. Brother's a liar. A young lady in black and a kid? What? Am I still in the dream? You can pinch someone to check you're waiting for a train! A train that will take you far away, huh? Hey, who put this in my mouth? What train? Oh, I remember. Because the refinery tower is offline, and the experiment has to stop, so I came here to refresh myself. But I couldn't help but fall asleep. Maybe I'm just too tired after the overnight experiment. Now that this isn't a dream, then you are... I'll see and you tell the drowsy researcher what happened. So many accidents while I'm locked in the lab. If you're looking for the console, there's one outside the academy. Now that I've had my rest, I should go back to the lab. Good luck! Okay, let's activate the console. Oh, well, this is easy. Let's see. I almost fell for that. You almost got me. Initializing system. Big sister, is this what we should do? System initialized. Verification required. A verification? Let's see if something's foreshadowed in the journal. I sat in one corner of the square table and piles of research materials were pushed in front of me by him. He was clearly talking incessantly with his mouth wide open, but all I heard were fragmented words and phrases. The mind's survival balance. These words appeared one by one from beneath my pen without any connection. Yes, they were arguing. After pushing the materials aside, I forcefully hammered the table, releasing all of the pent-up anger accumulated over the days. Entry's mostly about an argument with the researcher, no information about passcode. Maybe we should brute force this. You may not want to do that. If you fail to pass the verification for a certain number of times, the console will be locked and the system will be forced to shut down. The locking of the console will only delay the reboot of the refinery tower. The voice comes even closer to you. It finally moves in front of you. Just follow the steps to pass the verification of the console and everything should be fine. We meet again, Shizuru. I heard from a coworker what you're up to and I thought you might find difficulties in passing verification, so I came. Looks like I was right on time. Indeed. You aren't that researcher who was fighting with Grandpa Hong in the journal. A fight? The journal? Ha! Let me see it myself. Modi takes the journal and starts reading. It feels like what would happen between me and Lei Li, but that researcher isn't me. Uncle Hong's a de facto teacher of mine, so I won't have fights like this with him. On the contrary, I respect him a lot because he taught me one thing. There are not only cold hard figures in science, but also lively fantasies. For example, we often encounter the infinity symbol when we're doing research. To some scholars, the lazy 8 symbol might look like radio waves crossing the space. Is there a significance why actually the dragon is in the infinity symbol and the now that you mention it and like it's literally on screen, right? I never really thought about that. If you look at like the logo for the region, I think it's the Huanglong region itself. It is an infinity symbol. In another case, the symbol is an overture to the knowledge of life in the sci-fi epic theater play that was in Jinzo. What play? Don't worry about it. It's just an example that crossed my mind. You can have a look yourself at the Jinzo Theater if you're interested. The play was about a catastrophe. To cope with it, humans decided to set their mother planet on a journey. In the play, a similar symbol was mentioned to hint at the relationship between digital life and reality. One symbol, yet able to sketch so many colorful worlds in different ways, though maybe they're kind of hard to comprehend right now. But so many truths are born in such unrealistic fantasy-like languages. I always grow energetic when I think about this. And what does Lei Li do? He would always respond to me with, "Oh, full of crap!" and neglect all these less probable things. The question about coexistence with tacit discords? Oh, so you've heard about it. Yes, even if it's as small as 0.00001%, it still makes sense to me. I added another zero because that's from Evangelion. I think. I can't even remember myself. Is this what you call a researcher's sensitivity to digits? Is this what you call a researcher's obstinacy? Oh, you sure do know a lot, Shizuru. Now let's get on to the issue with the refinery tower. The console's verification is done by line drawing. When you start the process, random images will be generated on a grid. You have to put your hand on the grid and the system will draw a line to connect the coordinates you touch. Repeated coordinates will not be recorded. Only when the order and the direction of the line you draw is right, the verification is passed. Alright, let's have a try. Oh, well, isn't this no different than what I was doing before? And then, now you've mastered it, just put in the parameters as per the digits shown in the graph. It's so complicated, we would have messed up if Uncle Modi wasn't here to help. Just a lift of the finger, when the parameter reset is successful, the system will adjust the tower and the reboot will be done. Now the reboot can take some time, all we need to do is wait. Thank you for your effort. We don't have any information about Grandpa Hong's whereabouts though. Why don't we remove the journal? I did find a pattern in the previous entries. Though the events are various, they all happen at a few limited places. For example, Grandpa Hong often visits my brother's clinic. Went to the clinic today and had a routine examination as per Dr. Hua's instructions. Went to the clinic today. Medication's getting so bitter. Luckily, Dr. Hua didn't find out that I hid candy in my palm. Furthermore, Grandpa Hong always reminds the lorry drivers at the transport quarter of the purchases of day-to-day items that the mine needs. Their conversations are also kept here. It feels like the routes are set and what Uncle Hong does is walk to them time after time. Then if Uncle Hong's memory goes wrong, will he go to these places in the journal as he's used to going there? That's very possible. However, if these places are distributed throughout the mine. If we were to look for him at these places, it would take a lot of manpower. Give me a map. Have you come up with something? I have one at the Mines Institute. Just give me a moment. Meet me at the gate in a while. Okay. After a while... You're here. Shizuru, this is the map you asked for. Let's mark the places in the journal on the map. It took you some time to mark the places mentioned in the journal on the map correctly. A large area indeed. The places Grandpa Hong goes to are centered at 3 different regions of the mine. Draw a circle with each of these regions as the center. I get your point. It's similar to triangulation. Draw 3 circles with the 3 regions as centers, and the overlapping area is the area where Uncle Hong is most likely to show up. This greatly reduces the area we have to search. Nice idea. That's right, another one of the rover's tricks. How did you figure that out? I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds amazing. Well done, Shizuru. The overlapping area is a corner of the upper living quarter. Let's go there and have a look. Oh, by the way, you can hand me the samples now. When the reboot is finished, we will start the procedures. However, it can't be done today as the reboot can take some time. Wow, imagine though, like, if I didn't come to help these miners with their tower issue, then that ministry lady would have first canceled the appointment, and then on the next possible appointment, she would have come here, and they would have told her, oh, we can't do it right now because the tower is busted, and she would have had to go back and then reschedule the appointment again. It would have been a nightmare. It would have been a little nightmare. It's up here? Wait, where am I looking? Oh, here he is. I see him over there. Bye, Uncle Hong. Take care when you go back, eh? Okay. Tastes just like the old days, but I can't help but feeling empty. What was I going to do? Look, Shizuru, that's Grandpa Hong. We finally found you, Grandpa Hong. Everyone's been looking for you. Well, see, why are you looking for me? Wait, Grandpa Hong remembers me. What are you talking about? I think you lost me. Well, see and you tell the boss what happened in a low voice. Ah, that's why. I thought Uncle Hong came here after the maintenance work of the refinery tower as usual. I'm telling you, my culinary skills are passed down from my father. Uncle Hong would always come here and have a good meal of jinso stew each time he finished his work. My father would always say food shortens the distance from home and the distance between souls. That's why jinso stew is not only a simple dish, it's an association of feelings. What's more, jinso stew is particularly important to Uncle Hong because the people sitting beside him here change all the time, and now it's only him. It feels lonely to have meals on one's own. No wonder Grandpa Hong was so dull. Oh, let's return the journal first. Uncle Hong took the journal. Despite the initial resistance, he read faster and faster as his hand turned the pages. Journal! That's it. I feel much more settled now. Grandpa Hong? Maybe we shouldn't ask too much now. Right, Grandpa Hong. We found your lost journal and we fixed the reboot issue of the refinery tower. Besides, the guest from the Ministry of Development is here to deliver the samples as agreed. That's this big sister beside me. Do you have any recollection of that? Yes, I do. Everything feels familiar again with the presence of this journal. I'm so sorry for the fuss. Grandpa Hong still looks a bit strange. Let's take him to my brother. It's kind of late now, Shizuru. Like Uncle Modi said, the samples can't be tested now. Why don't you come back here another day? Okay. Well, let's go back to the ministry for now then. There's nothing more we can do here, yeah? But hey, what got done, what could have taken like several days of waiting, we got done in like one day. Look at us go. Honestly, I've always been the kind of person to like wait, now I got lost. I've always been the kind of person to do little bits of work over time rather than a ton of work all at once. I feel much more panicked and unsettled if I have a lot to do and I know I don't have much time to do it. That's just how I am personally. I mean, eventually you just kind of find a way to do things that works for you, you know? But yeah. Okay, let's talk to Xiaoyu. You're back, Shizuru. Is everything well? You told Xiaoyu what happened back at the mine. Oh, sounds like a lot of twists and turns. So we'll have to collect the samples on another day. An argument over whether to coexist with TVs or not. It seems to me that they take you as a member of the ministry. I'll let you know their secret inadvertently. Oh, what secret? There was a crisis of TD years ago at the mine. Wait, I have a message. Some follow-up work to do about the meeting just now. Was trying to chat with you a little more. Maybe next time. Take this, it's a reward from the ministry. I'll see you. Wait, years ago? An argument? Interesting. But that's it for this quest. We did it! That was very interesting. That was very, yeah, that was a very simple quest. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. The side quests are quite fun, actually. Whoa! Wait, there's a part 2! Well, Xiao Yu would like to continue the previous topic. Yeah, I'm curious about the events of many years ago, too. I wonder what argument they were having about the Tacit Discourse. It could shed some light up on the lore of the world, right? And honestly, I can kind of suspect that it has something to do with that journal entry, the journal entry, right? So yeah, maybe next time that's what we'll do for the next episode, and I'll see you then. Remember, please check out my Twitch streams. I stream mostly on Fridays and Saturdays, and sometimes on Tuesdays and Thursdays, always at 6 p.m. at the PST or 9 p.m. EST. And as always, thank you so much for watching these episodes. Please like and follow the YouTube channel, my Twitch channel, and everything's in the description for you if you're curious about where to find me. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and have a nice day. Bye!